All right, we got Alan Holmes on the phone. He's going to discuss to everyone what the Royaltie Gym is about, what proximity is about, and then I'm going to come in with how it's going to help the market partners. All right, go ahead, Alan.
Okay, thank you so much for allowing me to share on the call, Jeremy, and to everyone. I want to start off by really giving a clear explanation of exactly what Royaltie Gym and what proximity marketing is. I actually had an email that when I first learned about this, they sent it to me, and it's the best. So I'm just going to briefly read a little bit about, paraphrase what it is. Imagine if you have a device that will broadcast anything you want to people within a 100-yard radius, which is basically the length of a football field. Now, what is this? Well, for the first time ever, first of all, it's portable, so the average business user could use this. Doesn't cost a fortune, and it is designed for you to market like the big guys and girls. Now, it's not a text, an email, or what they call a push notification that will annoy or disrupt the receiver. It's simply a silent notification that shows up on the top of the Android phones. Right now, it's not for iPhones, just Androids. Now, if you're in a business, an event, or church gathering, or anything you want, these are some of the features that you could expect. You could expect to just simply walk around a high-traffic spot area, a busy mall, sports stadium, and imagine 60% of the people around you will receive the messages without even saying a word. So in other words, it's designed for people who, not like myself, who like to run their mouth. If they just don't like talking to people. It is something that you can have the Android users receive the message without you saying anything. Now, for those people who may say, well, I'm afraid of spam compliance and everything, let me address that real quick. Back in December of last year, Google developed a technology, without getting into the exact overview of what that is. It allows technology information to be pushed to the notification that shows up not in the ring or the vibrating part of the phone, but just in the notification, which is already embedded into every Android phone. So it doesn't violate the spam laws. As a matter of fact, when you first turn it on, as we've all have seen, it asks you if you want to allow the nearby devices in the area to accept incoming messages. And you just say yes or no. Well, once you say yes, then you start receiving it. That's how it goes around, if you will, the laws, or it actually follows it, not goes around, but it follows the law. Now, if somebody says no, they'll never receive it. So the device itself is a wireless device, and they actually have, like I have the older one, which is almost like a little mouse trap, but the newer ones are flat, and it shows up on the key ring. Now, once the message is delivered to the end user, they simply click on it, and they go right to your page. In this case, share the marketing. Now, share the marketing would then, the respective affiliate will then simply answer the question, and that's how simple it is. So, in short, this device allows your message and your information about share the marketing to be promoted without you ever saying anything to anybody. And two, it acts as the list building, because when they click on it and they go to right to your share the marketing affiliate link, you'll have now their name to just simply follow up on. And that's essentially what it is and how we're going to be using it with share the marketing.
Awesome. Could you, well, before I ask you to tell us about pricing, just the regular rates, because, we do want you to be an advocate, or you are an advocate for Royaltie Gym. So I want you to let Shavonda know what the rates are, if she wanted one for herself and for her business, versus the one that she has with Share the Marketing. And actually, I'll touch on that, and I'll explain the savings that they're getting by going through us. But But yeah, if you would just touch on the rates, the pricing. But
Okay.
before you do that though, Shavonda, do you have any questions thus far?
Yeah, I did have one question. When you're using these, are they like assigned? Is there like a SSN or something that's assigned to each market partner? Because I just wanted to know how would they get credit for these referrals through this gym.
Okay, that's a question from me, Alan.
Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
Because that's based on zip code. So basically, whenever you registered, Shavonda, you remember putting the zip or area or city that you're in, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that gym only broadcasts out 100 yards. So, and more than likely, we're assuming that people do a lot of things within their own area. Very seldom do they go outside of their area. But if you do, then you can attain that other area for $45. So you could obtain more than one zip code. But to answer your question in short, basically when somebody signs up, they click on that link, they're going to put their zip code in, and if that zip code matches your market, then you get credit.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Can I say something quickly?
Yeah.
Also, Shavonda, we do have, each device has a
right.
number assigned to it, like a shipping or FN number or whatever you were saying, and I have each one of them recorded and logged to the market partner, so we know who has what device and where it's being shipped to and stuff like that. So we are keeping track of the devices itself, but as you get referrals, it'll be linked to the zip code of your market, and if anybody puts your name in personally, then of course you would get credit like that as well. That's all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we don't mind doing it that way as well. All right. Now, could you, Alan, tell us about the rates?
Okay. Well, now you want me to go over the rates with the royalty members versus going outside of share the marketing?
Yes, sir. Because I want Shavonda to know, and then again, we're recording this, so we're going to want people to know what the rates would be if they clicked on your link, or if they were to go to royaltie.com themselves, what they would have to pay versus what they would have to pay going through Share the Market.
Okay. Well,
as a market partner. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, let's start with as a marketing partner, because that shows you the value and benefit, because I always like to build a value of whatever I'm doing. And when it comes to share the marketing, we've actually have an agreement that when you go through share the marketing, they will, you order through, you just go ahead and connect with, I believe John D is coordinating this, correct? Where when someone when they want it, they contact John D. She'll then get a contact with Jeremy or myself, and then I will place the order through my back office. And when I do that, then you're only paying the additional, actually $12 first and last, so it comes at $24 for the royalty gym, and then that is the first and last. And then once the first and last is covered, then the only other kind of outlaying cost will be the monthly, which would be $12 a month, because you are attached to the share the marketing and myself. And now, how is that even possible? And I'll share you in a minute why we're doing it that way. Is because actually Royaltie is the original wireless device. There's a lot of what they call proximity. If you Google proximity marketing, you're going to see so many companies, your head is going to hurt, and I won't get into a long discussion of how that came at. It just happened almost by accident. We didn't know that the company was going to grow that quickly, but there's a lot of different companies out there and different pricing structures and everything else, and I actually had the honor and privilege of getting in what they call the pioneer. Think of it like when MySpace came along. It was MySpace, but Facebook actually set the tone for all social media, and no matter what people say social media, they think of Facebook. Well, that's where Royaltie is, and a lot of people, Royaltie is just getting started, but it's growing at such a rapid pace that I had the honor and privilege of getting in. Now, so we can come in and get all the pricing and get shipped in, and there's a lot of easy way. Plus access if there's any problems or issues or challenges. I have the ears of the direct support staff, and believe me, I have enough emails to prove that when I send it to them, they'll get it. A matter of fact, the last order came FedEx. Now, they never had FedEx before, and because of that, they now have FedEx, and we have a commission structure and everything on volume, and there's some other things we're going to be doing in the future. So that's for the pricing for share the marketing. Now, outside of share the marketing,
right.
Or if you go to pay a lot more, for example, and I'm just going to throw a number out there. If you needed to get 20 devices, right now you're talking about almost a total of out-of-pocket of $516, plus you're talking about a monthly charge of $243. Now, how did that even possible? Because there's shipping and there's first and last and activation. There's all kind of other things that you don't even have to deal with because Share the Marketing has this, I don't want to say inside, but just say a very well-structured price setup for one. And for two, between John D., Jeremy, and myself, we're working it where we can get our Share the Marketing partners two things. One, a device that is going to help them grow their Share the Marketing business. And two, an easy step-by-step process that once they have the individual learn about Share the Marketing, they would then learn about other tools that Share the Marketing has without worrying about going through the basic marketing channels of all the other things that are out there. And so you have an all-inclusive structure and setup.
Yeah. Awesome. So, I mean, as you went through the 10 devices, could you let us know if somebody wanted to just buy one, or is it even possible to buy one? Maybe you have to buy 3.
Well, no, that was 20. But if somebody does
20.
one device right now, then you're talking about, first of all, it's $25 a month, plus the first and last, so it's basically $80 out of pocket,
That's right.
and then it'd be $25 a month,
right.
and then again, you're at the discretion of not, if something goes wrong, you're totally back and forth with their customer service and everything else, and not saying their customer service is not great, because they've been, like I said, I've been in contact with them, but because their Royaltie is working directly with not only affiliates like myself who are the original pioneers, but there are also new ones, and then there's other companies that may be utilizing that. Again, I can't speak for other companies and the way they do it, but some companies, for example, are using it to the point where they're embedding this Royaltie gem inside about 10 other different, what I like to say, portals or pocket holes, where you don't know if you're looking at Royaltie or if you're looking at something totally that's not even related to the device or the company. I've seen it's been a nightmare out there. And so with us, you know what you're getting, you know how to contact, you know if there's issues with it, I'll get on it right away, and you rest assured you'll get additional resources and benefits.
All right. Awesome. So we only got like a few minutes. I just wanted to say what you don't want to do with the Royaltie gem or the proximity tool is set it out in front of, like, treat it like a billboard, because it's not going to work. And why isn't it going to work, Alan?
Well, the Royaltie gem is designed to only be within 100 yards of the locations of the device. And if you put it on a billboard or something where the cars drive by 100 miles per hour, it may see it for a split second, but then it's gone. But if it's on a standard location, maybe like at a restaurant, or if you're talking to a restaurant owner who wants to learn about Share the Marketing, and they put it on a stationary place within, say, maybe the bar, for example, then everyone who's at that bar, without realizing it, they're going to get Share the Marketing message. And if you're the Share the Marketing affiliate rep, I'm just going to leave the possibilities to your imagination. What happens if the restaurant owner decides, oh, you know what? Hey, how can I help my restaurant? Then you can introduce share the market how they do it. And here's a tip that I did, and how I received actually my first order without even using the device. And I'm not saying this is always possible. Well, I'll give you a trick that I use, and I did it by accident. I told the person to hold the device, and I said, could you hold this for a minute? First of all, they looked at it. What the heck is this? And then I showed them the share the marketing link, and I said, now imagine this this device, your restaurant being shown on this device, and at the same time working with share the marketing. And because the device was so unique and new, they said, you're telling me my message about my specials could be on something with this device? I said, yeah, absolutely, yes. And without even really doing anything else, they bought a device because of the simple fact that they now, visualization, they picked their pictures 1,000 words. They looked at the device and they said, oh, my goodness, I can actually utilize this with my business. And, so just holding the device, I asked somebody holding the device and then showing them notification to share the marketing, you're going to accomplish two goals. First of all, they're going to be baffled by the device, and then second of all, it's going to instantly interrupt their thought process of what's to share the marketing. And all you didn't do is introduce them to your share the marketing concept and let it take over. It goes on autopilot.
Absolutely. Hey, and then John D, could you explain, because I know we had an issue with the devices picking up. I think there's a time delay. Is that correct?
Yeah, I got the devices on Thursday of last week, and I have been using it in my area. I used it Sunday at church. I used it Friday night at the movie theater. I used it Saturday at the casino, and I think that's it. Yeah, I didn't go anywhere yesterday, but it is a delay for it to reach the Android devices because I do have 2 Android phones, and we, tested them out before I actually went out in the streets. But it does come through as a notification. When the user first gets the notification, they do have to accept it, but it just tells you to click the link, or if you mute the notification, you would be declining it. Most people just press it, so they are going to the website. So that it does, work. It might be a 5 to 15-minute delay, and I would say don't just go and press it and then leave. I would actually go and I did it in Marshalls when I was shopping, and you need some time to actually be in the proximity during the Bluetooth process, I guess.
Right,
so
that's so important.
The delay is there. So it's not like you can pop up and press the button and then leave and think the message has broadcasted to everybody's phone. It would be more if you're just arriving, press the button when you get there, and then while you're in that area, everybody within 100 yards will get that notification on their Android Bluetooth phone. It's really cool. So
all right,
I'm
good
really
stuff.
enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Sharonda, what do you think? We got to like to hear from you. I mean, we're all invested into this in a different way, but what do you think?
What do I think? I think it's cool because I'm one of those people too, and I'm so busy with my regular life, I rarely go places. But when I do, like Janika said, you got to sit there for a minute. So I normally do that because I don't go anywhere. So, I think it'll really help out considering, the fact that I'm like one of the shyer people. But when I need to get something out, I can. So as long as I can explain it, if somebody, has a question about it, then I'm good. But I had a question back.
Yeah. Shoot.
Yeah, I did have just one question back to the credit, the market partners credit. So there isn't a way that that you can give the person your name so that you can get the referral other than just your zip code. So you won't necessarily get credit. So if we're away from our zip code area, then you won't really get credit for it.
No, actually, well, there's two ways, and Janika, you can follow up if I missed something. But one, your name is already listed in the Market Partners online app or online form, so they're gonna see your name and your zip code. So that's one way of doing it.
So they would have to choose the zip code to them.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the only way that we're. To me, it's ideal to build a local marketplace. We want your proximity tool to reach people in your area where you live, work, and play. Now, if you live, work, and play in different areas, then we suggest getting another or additional gyms. So that's the only way we can grow. We're charging all the market partners a very reasonable cost for what they're going to get in return. Hello?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's no tracking device. There's no what are those tracking pixels? Nothing like that at this moment. What we're really wanting to base it off of is the the location.
Okay, and I want to make sure I got the cost right. So it's $24 for the first and last month, and then it's $12 a month. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
No. That's not right.
I'm saying. No, go ahead.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That's because you already have yours for Market Partner. Now, if you want your own for your business or for whatever else, then it's going to be $80. Am I right, Alan?
Well, yeah, it depends on how many you want. Yeah, if you want
right.
one,
then
then it's going to be one. Then it's going to be 25. There's going to be an additional $25 a month, or $80 out of pocket, and then $25 a month.
There you go.
Okay, so it's 80 is for the device, and then 25 a month.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I have a question.
So you're gonna have one device for share the marketing that will, but after this presentation, we will get with you on because you're one of our early adopters. Like Alan said, he's a pioneer with the Royaltie Gym. Well, you're that with share the marketing. So we do have something special for you that's not going to be available to anybody else that will hear this call. So we will get with you after this call.
Yeah, that's why I was about to ask the question. So Shavonda, just get very excited because it will be a great opportunity since you were one of the first pioneers of share the marketing. That's awesome. Continue.
All right. Well, Shavonda, anything else? Go ahead and ask away because, we only had you today, unfortunately, but we will continue to grow, and we'll have more concerns, more questions. So if you can think of anything at all, definitely ask away.
Right now, I'm clear right now. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right. Well, thank you. And Alan, Janika?
Yes, sir.
That was our first one in books.
All right.
What?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for attending.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy.
All right. Bye.